I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found the peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Hey, Father Fish.
How are you?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Technology has me in its grip.
It had me in its grip earlier, too. It'll get you.
Nice to see everybody here. Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome. Tonight was going to be something different, but Comcast decided otherwise. The plan was to broadcast from my new shop. I set up an extended camera so I could get around and show you all of the aquariums. And 10 minutes ago, the signal disappeared. I tried rebooting it, it didn't work. I called Comcast, had them reboot it, it didn't work. So I had to come home to broadcast from home. So hopefully we'll get that together so we can do it at a later time, maybe Wednesday night.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Wednesday. I try to set things up so that I can broadcast from there. It was my first effort, and true to form, it didn't work. So we'll just go back to tried and true, and then do it again. Do it again on Wednesday, and keep trying until we make it. Lots to
Sounds
talk
like
about today, but I want to say hello to everybody first. Like a Rolling Stone, got the first seat in the house. He's seated in seat 1 row A. Actually, seat 12 row A, row 3 is the best seat in the house, but he's in A1 because that works better when you're online. DX needs popcorn. I bought a 2-gallon pail of Fisher's popcorn
Oh,
in
nice.
City last night. That's caramel coated. Caramel coated
That's gonna be
popcorn.
good.
I ate it on the way home and then took the rest into the shop for the employees so they can get into it tomorrow.
Well, they'll love that.
Right. Let's see. So, Father Fish, this is Dina doing a test in StreamYard to see if it shows up as Father Fish with me. Oh, that's interesting. So,
Yeah, it
on
shows all
your
the comments.
on your StreamYard. I mean,
Hmm.
in your channel. That's interesting.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to figure out because I noticed it combines the comments from both our channels. So I was thinking, okay, I could just use StreamYard to answer questions and to post links, but I can't figure out how to get it identified as me.
When you go in, well, I don't know. It
Yeah,
should do it. It should do it. You've got yourself identified. Um, I don't know. That's odd, isn't it?
it is odd. It's just technology today. Technology has been strange.
Right.
It's like me battling connecting my new microphone.
Stan Pittman. Hey, Stan, how are you? Oh, where's that like button? It's got 100 gambusia and grass shrimp, free turtle food. Well, the shrimp are gambusia might escape the turtles. I got a call tonight. Somebody's got a couple of baby snappers for me, so
Hmm.
we'll see if I actually get them. Let's see. Eva M needs a wrench, and she's gonna get one when YouTube gets around to doing it.
Right.
Looking for bream, catfish, crayfish, or anything else small. Dragonstone, Heidi, Rogero Lima, Bon Nuit, Sunny G, hello, hello, Whistler's Aqua Room, Michael Shaw, Sunny G, House of Pisces, from across the pond, Robert Bennett, hello, Robert, Hunter Does Stuff, Omkar Satpute. I have a 1 foot tank and only garden soil. Can I use it? Yes, you certainly can. Michael Shaw, just cap it with 2 inches of sand. Michael Shaw from the UK. Adam Armbruster. Mary Kay. Where is Mary Kay? I lost Mary Kay.
Yeah, I'm looking
Wonderful.
for her.
Oh, I got her.
You found her?
That's 601. Yeah. Sunny G, House of Pisces. What does this button do? Don't know. Which button's that? Ah, Sunny
Probably
G.
the one I was testing earlier when I was talking to him.
Hunter does stuff. I finally cleaned my tank's glass. Didn't notice how nice my tank was.
It
Ain't that
happened.
howdy, Sunny? Dragonstone, Larry Henry. Hello, hello. An iron will, says Adam. You have an iron will. I don't know. Is that what it is? I don't quit easy. I frustrate easily, but I don't quit easily. I
Hmm.
never quit. Well, I remember one of my earliest memories was my mother relaying to me a story that her sister told me about me when I was 3 years old, or maybe four, standing out in the backyard with a length of rope, shaking it, saying, tie, tie, tie. And I kept shaking it and it wouldn't tie. I kept shaking it and I shook it and never quit shaking the rope, making it tie. I'm still shaking that damn rope. The joys of modern tech. Always
Right.
have a backup with two more alternatives. Ain't that the truth, Michael? Corey Atkins had a very interesting day. and just now getting home. Well, I look forward to hearing all about it, Corey. I, I tried to get together with Corey today. I blew it at the beginning of the day because I was supposed to go out in the boat with Corey, and I didn't get any sleep last night, and I was worn out this morning, and just decided not to do the boat.
Yeah.
I left messages a couple of times, couldn't get hold of him, so we'll see what that's all about. James Heath from Lauderdale. Let's give James a wrench. Oh, Dragon Scale, far, far beyond the Techno Challenge Cro-Magnon man-child that I am. Quite true. Adam, popcorn is my kryptonite. Yeah, I'm sure probably especially caramel coated. Deadly stuff. Mr. Golden Arms. Peace, Father Fish and people. Let's give Mr. Golden Arms a wrench. Christian B. Dire Wolf is here. Dina and her Mega Mug.
Which one? I've got two over here now.
Thunder 3 Night.
So
Neither
which one?
one. Jenny Cole. Dire Wolf never had hair algae. You haven't lived.
Right.
Hair algae is really interesting stuff. Adam sent me a little a little message today about how he figured out how to remove hair grass. He uses chopsticks. I think
Yeah.
it's actually only one, and he swirls it, and that's the solution. I mean, that really is it. No matter how you do it, if you kind of swirl it, it pulls it all together. The interesting thing about hair algae is that each one of the strands is one long strand. They don't they don't branch off. Hair algae does not branch. If a piece breaks off, it forms a new long strand. So what you wind up with is typically one or a very few very long strands. So if you simply pull on them, because it is also not sticky, it doesn't attach to anything. It's got two really important properties that make it very easy to manage. Number one, it doesn't branch, it grows in one long stem. Second, it doesn't stick to anything, it doesn't attach itself. There's actually a third, it's pretty strong, it has pretty high tensile strength. So you just start pulling it out. Typically, what'll happen is you'll get most of it, and then the last inch or two will break off, and that'll start another one.
Yeah.
So a week later, you'll have to pull that one out. But if you keep up with it for a couple of weeks, you'll get every bit of it out, and it'll be gone. That stupid fly keeps landing on the same place on my leg. Why is it doing that?
To be annoying because I've got them now too. Now I'm equipped with a fly flap again finally.
Oh, yeah, right. I came in the house yesterday. There must have been 50 flies hanging around the window. And I looked, and I've got air conditioning units in the windows. Where the sash was drawn up, there was nothing baffling it. So it's open. And they were feeling the cool air coming out and going right up to it and coming in the house. So, and I still haven't fixed that. I got to get out and fix that.
Yeah, I think that's where ours came from too. We had one window that was a little bit open, and next thing we know, there's 50 flies. It's
Oh, right, right.
annoying.
Well,
Like,
Corey
where
had
is
to
it
go to work
coming
today.
from? It's like, where?
James Heath changed over to my method in March. Tank is great. Having trouble with stringy algae. Just went out and poured my plants in. How long should algae take to clear if it have enough plants? Well, you need to pull that here algae out. You can swirl it, you can pull it, you can use chopsticks with it. You can do about anything to get it out. Just keep up with it. The other one is the mat algae, which is another one that kind of grows in a mat. You have to physically remove that too. The algae that attach themselves to plants or rocks or whatever, those will die back. The loose, free flowing algae, except for the single cell algae, otherwise known as green water. The best way to get rid of that is to turn the lights off in the tank for 2 days and then turn them back on, and it will either be completely gone or nearly gone. Joel Araposa. Araposa. Now, where'd he go that quick? There he is. Greetings from Bonita, California. Love your channel. You inspired me to build a small outdoor nature pond connected to my 85-gallon dirted planted aquarium. Total newbie. Not total, Joel. You are advancing rapidly. You need to join us on the Discord in the show and show us how you did that. That sounds really, really interesting.
Yeah,
And
that'd be amazing to see.
I'd like to know more about that. Sounds really cool.
Yeah, it does.
Being able to tie an outdoor pond to an aquarium, that's pretty nifty. Michael Shaw just had a mental image of me shaking that rope so much, shouting and hoping to tie until the rope falls apart. Did it work? Now it's afraid not, he says. Funny stuff. I think I remember that. I think it had to do with watching um, a magic show.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was flipping a rope and tying it into a knot. And I was trying to figure out, I mean, I knew what I was doing. I just didn't know how to do it. It wasn't total insanity. There was method to my madness,
Hey, that's it.
just no technique. Oh, that's interesting. Eva says, I can't choose a language. Father Fish speaks very quickly, and I understand very much, but I'm Spanish, and my English is very bad. Well, if you can understand most of what I'm saying, then just hang in there, and I will try to enunciate, and I'll try to slow down to help you learn to hear and interpret English better and better. Happy to do that for you. Textile strength. Thinks about crochet fish sweaters. That's funny. Stan Pittman, you wiped your caramel corn hands on your pants. The flies like caramel. I'm not wearing pants. That's my bit. I'm wearing. Now I have to. I am wearing shorts. Okay.
That was funny.
Couldn't very well not do that. Sometimes I talk myself in the corner.
Me
Galilee,
too. You're good.
Galilee, uh, Galilee Q, Father, please help me. I live in the desert. How do I get the ingredients for the resurrection jar?
That's gonna be difficult, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's very simple. Right. It's very simple. You find an oasis.
Yeah.
Deserts contain oasi. That's many oases.
Hmm.
Um, or any kind of running water, it will be full of macroalgae. Now, it might not have leaves in it, but it will have other kinds of organics. So
Hmm.
once you find it, then you need to collect whatever organics are there and bring them home. Live in the desert. Where are you, Galili? What desert are you in?
Yeah, that's amazing that you can still collect a resurrection jar in the desert. I figured it'd be impossible. That's cool.
Ah, silly fly. What is he doing? Keeps landing on this one specific place on my outside knee.
I think they just like to torment you.
That's what it is. Okay, we're doing a moderator for somebody. Tink Tink Fairy X1, you're nuts. I love it. Love from the UK. Nuts is good. Matt 3 says it's been hot here too. Dragonstone is giggling. Stan Pitton and Phillips. Is Phillips here?
Not that I know of. That'd be awesome if he is.
Matt 3, rosy red have yellow grub. What are we talking about? My rosy red minnows have yellow grub. In Saudi Arabia. Galilee is in Saudi Arabia.
Oh
Wow,
wow.
you are in the desert, aren't you?
Yeah.
Need to find an oasis. Bound to be. The Chinese are um, trying to build arable, trying to convert the Arabian desert into into an Eden.
Oh
So
wow.
I would I would search out there. They probably have it farmed off. Do I know of a treatment, Matt 3, for what? Oh, yellow grub. Oh, these rosy red minnows have yellow grub. I don't know what yellow grub is. Is this a parasite that is attached to your minnows? Is that what it is? If
I've
it
never heard of
is, then if that's what it is, if it's a parasite, then you can do a salt dip. A salt dip is 2 to 3 tablespoons of salt in a gallon of water. You put the fish in it for a minute and take it back out and put it in regular water. Now, what you want to do is you want to move them all into a separate tank and
it.
then treat them accordingly and leave them out of the main tank for at least 5 days. A week is better. In a week, whatever grubs are left in there will have died off. Parasites need to feed in 7 days babies anyway, or they die. Once you have them out in that separate tank, then you can add a little salt to it, or you can do salt dip, which will kill the parasites. Now you don't want to leave the fish in there too long because it'll kill them too. But they can tolerate it better than the parasites. Yellow wood growth. Corey's thinking it's food. I think it must be a parasite. I don't know. Desiree Hagen needs a wrench. Add moderator. Desiree says we have homeschoolers setting up and learning about ecosystems. We're using your methods. Do you mind also explaining how we might set up a terrarium? Um, with a terrarium, you do not need to do the sand cap unless you plan to um, to put water in the terrarium as opposed to putting it in a container in the terrarium. If you're putting it in a container in the terrarium, then you want quarter of an inch of dirt and a half an inch of sand in the container. In the terrarium, you just do the dirt, and you want to use the father fish complete success formula soil. Do we have the?
Actually, yeah, we do.
Did you put that one up?
Let's see.
You didn't put it up. See if you can find it.
Is
No,
that
not
it?
that one. No, the brand new one.
The brand new one? I don't have slides for that one. I didn't know we had a brand new one. Oh,
Yeah, let me see.
awesome.
I think I can get it. Let me try to find it here. Tommy, Tommy did it. Hmm, here it is. Save image as. Okay, I'm going to try to do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to try. Let me get back to where I belong. Settings, preset, share screen. It's got to be in a file. Oh, wait. I'm not at all sure I can do this. There it is.
That looks good.
You have it?
It was up for a second.
Oh, it was? Well, let me
Mhm.
do it again.
Yeah, we can see it now.
It's up. You have it?
Oh, now it went away.
Huh? Went away?
Hmm.
Is it up now?
Yeah, right there we can see it.
Okay, I'm not sure how I can get back to where I want to be. But you can see it. That's funny.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. Where am I going?
Fatherfish
Here.
success soil, is it going to be like the complete soil? Like having
Yes.
everything you need?
Yes. It's a complete song. Yes.
Awesome.
The father fish success store. Success soil. Success soil. It's a few too many S's and X's in there. Success, sexy soil, huh? Success
It's a
soil.
tongue twister.
Hello, Adam. I think we might have a problem with this. Anyway, you can use um, the soil
Hmm.
in your terrarium, uh, and it will have the same effect as it does in the tank. It will give you a permanent enrichment, which is a critical issue with soil in any environment. Think of it as a potted plant. If you have a plant growing in a pot, every year or two you need to repot it
Hmm.
because it uses up all the available nutrient. Well, the benefit of success soil is that it does not deplete. Now, you have to make sure that whatever plants are dying or whatever waste is being created, that it stays in that soil and is
Hmm.
able to break down. So you need microfauna, which is mites and other little hoppers, um, to be able to break down that waste. So they become an important part of it. And we're not selling those, and I don't know, I don't think Phillips is either. We need to get a
No.
lot. That's a terrarium product, but it's
Um,
what we ought to be doing.
would springtails be part of that?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Because I think one of your suppliers that you buy from for plants, I think they have springtails.
Oh, all
Is what
right.
I'm. I
Well,
think
if
it
they,
was Secrest. I can't remember. I remember
they may
seeing the
well.
springtails and getting
Yeah, I
excited
think you're
about them.
right. I think you're right. They've got a new line of products that they've been pushing for reptiles and
Hmm.
terrariums. So yeah, yeah. Okay, so we do have access to springtails. Anyway, so that's the idea
That's awesome.
with a terrarium. Let's see, Mat 3, I'm going to try the salt, like Father Chris said. Have it at home. Yeah, keep in mind that you're doing this not as a tonic, but as a dosage.
Hmm.
Um, so it's not something that you're asking the fish to live in, because they're freshwater fish and they really can't tolerate. Here's the problem: freshwater fish are not able to prevent salt from from soaking into their body. Saltwater fish are able to do that. Their slime coat is stronger and prevents the salt water from getting into their body. That's how they're able to survive. Now, that doesn't mean you can put saltwater fish in fresh water, because they need the denser water to be able to survive. And beyond that, I don't begin to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
However, don't try to convert your freshwater fish to saltwater. Just keep in mind that parasites cannot tolerate salt water, are less tolerant of it than fish are, but not by a lot. So you can use it, but you want to be careful. Jenny Cole ruined my soul with copper. Um, yeah, and that's a real problem too,
Mhm.
because copper is toxic, and there's you can chelate it. Um, Copper chelates with magnesium, I think. So you can add magnesium, which would be um, mag, what is it called? It's a common salt, Epsom salts.
Mhm.
Epsom salts has magnesium. You can add magnesium to the soil, and that will chelate. It'll react to the copper, and it changes it to a chelated copper, which is not toxic. But that's a little complicated. If
Yeah.
you want to do that, after you take the dirt out, mix some Epsom salts in it, and leave it go for a couple of months. It doesn't work fast, and then experiment with it, and see if it's lost its toxicity.
Mhm.
It should work. There is a product called chelated copper that is used as an antiparasitic in saltwater tanks. Um, and that's what it is. It's copper that's been chelated with magnesium. I think it's magnesium. Desiree Hagen. Lovely. Right. Springtail. And other macrofauna, like what are the little potato bugs called?
You talking about the little sails boat bugs, or like there's like those little bitey water bugs? What are they called?
No,
Paddle
no,
boat
no.
bugs?
No, not those. The potato bugs. The
I don't
ones
know.
that roll up into a ball.
Oh yeah. I always called them roly polies. I think what's
Right.
their real name? I cannot remember their real name. I always called them roly polies. But they're really good for a terrarium.
Somebody's gonna come up with it here, showing off their isopod.
Isopod.
Thank you.
Yes.
Knew
Have
it
you
was gonna come up.
have you seen the rubber ducky isopods that
Oh, I
people have been
had.
selling? They
But
are
you know
so
how
cute.
much those suckers are?
Yes. They are way too expensive.
Astounding. Sea lice. Aaron calls them sea lice. Will it harm inverts? It could. Yeah, you don't want to do that in your aquarium.
Mhm.
What else is going on here? Oh my goodness. James Heath, since I changed my tank, I had 11 tetras spawn, and I now have 2 babies. That is way, way cool, James.
Yeah, it is.
Good job. The trick is to be able to protect those eggs. Most of the tetras are egg scatterers. That means the eggs don't adhere, they're not sticky. And so if you have a deep food web, a deep mulm layer, then those eggs will fall down into it and be able to escape predation. If they can once get into it, that is. Um, and then the babies, once they hatch, they stay down in that because that's where their food source is. So you don't begin to see them until they're big enough to kind of pop up and pop back down. You know, they live in that layer until they're big enough to be able to survive in the main tank. Doodlebugs, Dad calls them. Oh dear,
Looks like everybody has their own name for isopods.
funny, isn't it?
It really is.
The little white bugs. The little white bugs are the springtails.
Mhm.
Guyana is switching over, making the big trek. I bet I won't eat off the bottom. Is it a female? I mean, come on. Refined bettas. They're so hybrid, they're snooty.
That's funny.
Ion exchange pads, that works. Corey's talking about using ion exchange pads to remove heavy metals. Yeah, the only one you really need to remove is copper. Iron is desirable,
Mhm.
so you really don't want to take that out. There isn't much else to be a problem. Magnesium is not a problem. Titanium doesn't get in there. Aluminium really does not dissolve in water to any degree. Vinairs. So we can get a wrench for vinny. Vinay. Vinay. Vinairs. Hello, sir. I'm from India. I love watching your videos and was wondering, as I can't get your special formula for mud, can I get some ideas for alternatives? Yes, you may, Vinay. And the best way to do that is to join the show, where
Mhm.
all of the information and assistance and lists and printed material and all of that is available.
Mhm.
You can get to the show by going to fatherfish.fish. That's fatherfish.fish. where all things father fish have their links. And right at the very top are the links for the Father Fish Aquarium's store and the Father Fish Shoal, which is our Discord channel.
Mhm.
So click on one or both. Q Aquatics, hello, hello. What is the dark algae that grows on plants? Been rubbing it off my plants with my fingers. It probably is old man's beard. Probably. It is a scourge for many, but it's rather curious algae because it it doesn't ever stay in the tank permanently. It will be there for a period of time and then it will disappear.
Mhm.
It seems to crop up when the nitrate level becomes high, when it hits like 200, 250 along there. And then you'll start getting old man's beard, which is also called blackbeard algae. That lowers that bit by consuming those nitrates. It lowers the dissolved nitrates in the water. So it kills itself off. It exists only in that range. Once it brings that level down, that and other plants will do it, then it'll disappear. So you need really not worry about it. Add a few more plants, enjoy it while it's there. Any leaf that it is growing on is a dead leaf. It is not a leaf that is alive. It will not grow on new leaves. It will
Mhm.
only grow on old leaves, leaves that are dying. So it's not really suffocating the plants. It's simply getting rid of those old leaves more quickly than would otherwise be the case.
Yeah, once it's gone, you'll end up missing it.
Oh, Lord. What time on Wednesday night? 7 o'clock Eastern time. Right.
Mhm.
Tidbits of knowledge. It's getting you a wrench and figure out what your concern is. What would happen if instead of humus and compost, you just use the soil? Well, it will lack or adequate organic material and it will lack adequate humic material, both of
Mhm.
which are critical.
Mhm.
So you can do it, but it is going, as Wallstead discovered, it will um, it will lose its nutritional value in 6 months to a year, depending on how many plants are absorbing nutrients from it. You can stave that off by adding the success soil. I, I've been referring to it as a supplement, and Armbruster pointed out to me today that it's really not a supplement. It's really a necessity because it allows the soil to sustain itself indefinitely. So we need to come up with another name for it. He suggested success. What success? What? How do we distinguish between that additive and the soil itself? Because
Mhm.
the soil has the additive supplement.
Yeah, it does. And he just froze on my end, Father Fish. Hope he'll be back soon. He should be. Technical difficulties. But yeah, there does need to be a distinction between the complete soil and the soil supplement or success soil. I totally agree with you. So let's see. Is Father Fish frozen on everybody's channel or just StreamYard? I would think since he's frozen on StreamYard, it would be everybody. But just want to see if it's on my end because we're about to have a hurricane and not sure if it's on my end, the internet. Okay. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Desiree. Well, he'll be back soon. But yeah, we definitely need a distinction there, though I do love the name Father Fish Success Swirl. Think that's him coming back into the chat. There he is. Got him back.
Can you hear me?
I heard some of it. I heard enough to know that I definitely agree with you. We need some kind of distinction between the complete soil and the soil supplement or success soil.
Right. Let's see. I need to get my YouTube open so I can see the chat. All right, we're back. I need to create a guard for my plug to my computer, which is sitting on the floor right in front of my foot. So if I get my foot too close to it,
Yep, we lost him again. He'll be back in just a second, guys. So we got in the chat. John Price, we have a tropical storm hitting Florida. Yeah, I'm hoping it stays a tropical storm. I had heard that it was a hurricane because I live in Florida too. Been getting a lot of rain lately. Everybody that's in Florida, you guys stay safe. Let's see what else we got going on here. So the success soil is not the same as a supplement. That's a good question. That's a very good question. And as soon as Father Fish gets back, we'll know for sure. But I'm thinking it's two separate products. Maybe it's a product that's made for terrariums and houseplants. I'm not 100% sure yet. Thank you, Aaron, for the prayers. Thank you, Corey. That explains it. They're getting a bad storm up in Maryland. Yeah, that always messes with the internet. And I think Father Fish is coming back in. Hey, Corey said you guys are getting a bad storm.
yeah, I'm here. Okay, crazy. So as I was explaining what happens when I move my foot toward my computer and touch the plug, as I was explaining that, I was doing it.
It happens. I do the same
Yes,
thing.
again.
Yeah.
So I need to keep my feet away from it. But what I need is a guard. So I
Mm-hmm.
can't do it. I need something to block my foot from getting close to it.
Yeah.
I have a keyboard down there that will actually work.
Hey, that'll work.
All right. It'll probably
And
fall down. Yeah, it'll fall down.
should be something. Do you have any cardboard boxes or maybe something like that that you could use?
Oh, I don't know. Probably. Need something. Honestly.
And Stan Pittman, I'll be getting the turtles next week, hopefully, if everything goes well. They're supposed to ship Monday.
Did I mention I'm supposed to get um, a couple of baby snapping turtles?
Oh, that's going to be cool. I love the alligator snapping turtles, but you're not allowed to technically have them in Florida, so.
Yeah,
And they get way too big for me.
anywhere else, right?
Right?
Oh Lord. All right, what's going on now? Oy vey. Got down to the bottom here. Yeah, it's raining on and off here.
Mm-hmm.
It was pouring down a few minutes ago. Hello, Doom Pie, David Anati, Cornwall, Erie, hail, hail. The gang's all, yes, stay still and behave. That's Rob, I know. It's true. Okay, I have wandering feet. Q Aquatics, John Price, most of just rain and wind. That is moderator. Gonna get you a wrench. All right,
Hey,
John.
Corey Atkins wants to know if the lights for the house racks number 3 and /4 arrived.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we got them Wednesday. So we've had them for days. And no one has had the nerve to take them out of the box. So whenever we can get Corey over there, we'll get the rest of the lights on. This kind of opens the door to something I wanted to discuss with you all. I've been struggling of late with trying to understand how to do really impactful videos. And I was watching a couple of large fish tubes this week, one by Kufaro, and the other by another young man whose name I don't remember, who has an astounding number of subscribers. That's like 20 million, 5 million. I don't know, a number so big I can't even imagine it. And both of them are doing the same kind of thing. And it's something I have only very rarely done, which is they go out and play and videotape themselves at play. In other words, their videos are about them doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's consistently the case with both of them. Mine are almost never about doing something. Mine are always about ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been able to make some headway with that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think the videos I think if I could do another kind of video along with the ones I'm doing. And what I'm thinking is this. The reason I haven't done that is because I'm not carrying a camera around with me, or at least not turned on. I mean, I've got my phone, which is certainly a camera, and a decent one, but I'm not used to turning it on and filming what I'm doing. So I've got this, and I've got a GoPro, and I'm going to figure out how to use them so that when I'm looking at my tanks or
Mm-hmm.
when I'm out doing something, the camera will be turned on. And if it's on for an hour and I need to cut that back to 1 minute, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I can do that, a whole lot of things that I deal with on a regular basis would be made available to people who are interested in how I do what I do. For example, um, I walked. I 3 days ago, more than that. Last, what day was it? Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday. Might have been Thursday. Come to think of it, last Thursday, I took Anthony out driving, and we went to a couple of my favorite brackish ditches, and we caught a few fish. And I was looking for one in particular. I was looking for a a pupfish, and I found one. Found a female, which I wanted, and I also found some male killies, which I also wanted. So I brought them back and I put them in my salt tank, about 4 or 5 fish. Put them in my salt tank here at the house. Watched them for a day or so. Friday, they were fine. And then Saturday, I looked and nothing was moving. No, I mean, nothing was moving. Couldn't see anything. And I did not get into the tank right then to see what was going on. By Sunday, today's Sunday. That was Friday. Set it back a day. By
Mm.
Saturday, the tank, Saturday morning, the tank was cloudy, white like milk.
Mm.
Everything was dead. So I got in there, I took it all out, cleaned it all out, swirled it some, really worked at getting everything that was loose out. Cleaned the filters, turned it back on, and let it sit. One fish was left.
Mhm.
The tank had collapsed. I don't know what killed the fish. It could simply have been that they could not tolerate the level of salinity in the tank, the new fish, that is.
Mm.
And by dying and then fouling the water, that killed everything else.
Mhm.
That's clearly what happened. It was a cascade effect. I did not video that. It would have been, if I were used to having my camera on,
Mm.
being a camera. I think that's really what it is. I need to be a camera so that I'm keeping a record of everything I see, at least having to do with fish tanks.
Yeah.
That's what I need to develop is that mindset and that behavior so that everything I do is documented,
Now that would be cool.
like, like a police cam,
Yeah.
like a body cam. It'll
Mhm.
be a body cam. That's what it'll be. It'll be my
Mhm.
GoPro body cam. So I got into it today. I hate GoPro. I hate it with a passion because every time you try to use it, there are 16 different things that you need to have to make it work.
Oh
And
no, I've never used
I never
GoPro. Is
have
that
all of
aggravating?
those, I never have all those 16 things together in one place.
Mhm.
And sure enough, I the battery was burned out, so I needed to recharge the battery. Well, I found the battery charger, but could not find the cable.
Mm.
Well, you can't buy just the cable.
Oh no.
You have to buy the whole charger. I already
Mm.
had the charger, so I had to buy the bloody charger. I got a
Right.
cheap one for 15 bucks that'll be here Tuesday.
Mhm.
That'll hook that up and plug it in. And then there will be something else I will need and not be able to find because
That's the way it always
I have
goes.
to then attach it.
Mhm.
I've got a bag full of straps. So I'm going to figure out how to do that. It'll be cumbersome and weird but I think I'm just stuck for it. I just have to do it. Maybe I'll do a head thing that I can
I,
just push a button and it'll go on. Maybe
I wonder if they have some type of vest or something on Amazon for GoPros that would make it more comfortable, maybe.
they have this weird strap thing like
Yeah.
a harness.
Hmm.
I've got several of those.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that would be good. Something I could just stick on there.
I looked down at
Anyway,
the comments and that's hilarious. Dragonstone Jim said that you need a tactical vest, Fatherfish.
yeah, right. Probably that probably is exactly right. And that's the frustrating part of the GoPro. It's one thing after another, after another, after another, and then you got to figure out how to turn the little sucker on
Right?
and know that it's on and
Hmm.
know that it's recording and not turning off after 10 seconds,
Yeah.
like my air conditioning unit is doing these days.
Mm.
So, anyway, I'm going to try to make this happen. The other thing I could do is use my cam, but that I've got to hold with one hand, and that's kind of awkward.
Yeah,
So,
doing that is
the
awkward.
boomerang, yeah, the boomerang. I got a boomerang, but I don't want to have to hold it.
Hmm.
In fact, I've got one that's a gyro boomerang somewhere. I don't know where in the world it is. It's lost somewhere. Nathan Brown, good to see you both. I work at an aquatic plant nursery in New South Wales, Australia. Wow, that would be wonderful. Need to go to Australia and visit the aquatic plant nursery.
That would be cool.
I don't want to go to Australia because I'm going to want to collect stuff that will land me in jail,
Right?
guaranteed. Like dragon seahorses,
Yes. That would be cool.
camera glasses. Sam, that's it. With batteries?
Camera glasses. That's a cool thought.
With a battery. That's interesting. Are you
I
using
just
the boat?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting out in the boat about once a week. And I've been depending on whoever is with me to shoot film, and they're not doing much. They just don't get the idea that it needs to be on. What are we looking at?
They do make camera glasses. I thought it was a joke. That's a real thing, camera glasses. You could
So
actually wear those, father fish, and anything that you're seeing, the glasses would be seeing at the exact same angle you're seeing it.
does it record?
I believe so. Because it says camera glasses records in HD. And there's a bunch of different types.
We're
I
we're
thought he was
gonna need
joking.
we're gonna need to ban Erie here.
What
He
did he do now?
this is deserving of a timeout.
What on earth is he talking about?
I don't know, but I don't even want to get into it.
Google glasses. I'll look into Google glasses. That's what Tink Fairy said.
We will check it out. Eva is going to bed at 1 in the morning.
Wow, that's
Have
late.
you with us, Eva?
Yeah, it has been nice.
Knickers, right, Jenny. Yeah, let's see. Find a young adult that teach you how to use the GoPro. I did at one point. I had a guy at my shop who was big into GoPro. He was pretty good actually. I mean, he did a bunch of stuff, and it was pretty good, and we were building, but then it shut the shop down.
Mhm.
Stan Pittman said I wouldn't joke. Well, depends on the joke. Bye, Erie. Come back with cake. Really. Or pizza or something. Yeah, Nathan Brown. We have too many beautiful plants and fish here in Australia that are
Mhm.
hard to get out of the country. We even
Mhm.
have accommodations so you can wake up with the herons. Yeah, nice. I knew it's really crazy. It's like the cockatoo.
Mhm.
The cockatoo are killed by the millions as a marauding bird in farm fields. And yet
Wow.
it is against the law to export one single cockatoo or even an egg,
See, that
punishable
makes no
by
sense.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's complete insanity. The world would love to have access to those birds. Instead
Mhm.
of that, they slaughter them by the millions. If they had created an industry in them, it would be $1 billion industry.
It would
A
easily.
$1 billion industry that they're simply murdering, slaughtering.
Right?
It's bizarre. They're weird people. Australians are weird people. They just are. Aaron says, and ice cream. Can't wear the VR goggles. Don't like the feeling my head is separate from my body. Well, I don't get that at all. Success soil is different than the 11 ingredients. Well, see, that's the problem. Um, Adam Armbruster that came up with success soil as an alternative to supplement,
Mhm.
not as an alternative to complete soil.
Mhm.
However, the term applies very effectively to complete soil.
That's what I was thinking too, because I was thinking that it was another type of soil, maybe for terrariums or houseplants.
Yeah, it's the same stuff, it's just a better name, a more
Mhm.
marketable name, which is what we're
Mhm.
looking for, a way to market it. Father Fish's success, maybe successful soil.
Well,
Father
it's the
Fish's
soil
success.
additive, right? It's the supplement, right?
No. Well,
No.
here's the thing. If you use words like additive or supplement, then you're saying you can do without it.
Gotcha.
Okay, but you really can't if you want to have the total package.
Would a
Because
name as
the
well?
total package is soil that does not deplete.
Mhm.
Okay? In order to have a soil that does not deplete, you need to put in the soil the 12 different ingredients that are in the Father Fish Magic Dirt Pack,
Mhm.
whatever we call that.
But is it one that you can plant the plants directly into, or is it the supplement where you add it? It's like an additive.
Well,
I'm,
that's
I'm
what I'm
confused on
saying.
which one it is.
Which one what is?
Is it the success soil the same as the complete soil, or is it the same as the supplement?
Well, that's what we're trying to ferret out.
Yeah.
Okay. And what we're leaning toward right now is calling the complete soil the success soil.
Okay, got you. That's where I was getting confused because I was curious if we was changing the name of the supplement to the soil because I just kind of got me
Okay,
confused.
Well, here's the issue. Armbruster has changed the name of the supplement to Success Soil.
Mhm.
The supplement.
Mhm.
Okay? So we cannot apply it to both.
Mhm.
It has to be one or the other. If it is the supplement, then it's something more than Success Soil because it's only a part of the soil.
Mhm.
So what do we call it? We can
Yeah,
call it a magic. It's not magic. It's
it
it's
seems like it.
it's a formula, and the
Mhm.
formula is out there and available. It's on the formula is posted on Discord. Anybody can make it. Even the portions are are listed.
Mhm. Would additive be a bad name for it, or would that work?
Same problem.
Same problem.
Yeah, what he's pointing to, what he's describing is that we need to avoid
Mhm.
defining it as something that is merely a good idea,
Mhm.
like fertilizer.
Mhm.
Okay, it's not fertilizer. It changes the composition of the soil by enriching it.
So kind of like micronutrients. Like for certain types of plants, you have to get special micronutrients for. Is it so? It kind of be similar to that.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's it's a nutrient rich supplement additive. I don't know.
Yeah, amendment probably wouldn't work either, would it? I don't think amendment would work. I don't know.
Same
Adam said you
problem.
could add. Adam said maybe booster.
Booster's not bad. It's in the right direction.
Mhm.
Synonyms for booster.
Right. We need a thesaurus.
Exactly. Right.
Enhancer. Cornwall said you could put enhancer.
Enhancer. Yeah. Let's see. Saurus booster. Backer, enthusiast, patron, promoter, rooter, sponsor. It's in the wrong direction.
Hmm.
Um, let's try additive.
Desiree has a good idea. Essential soil nutrients.
Essential.
Yeah.
That's the word. Essential. Perfect.
Mhm.
That's the word. Essential nutrients. Essential ingredients. Essential nutrients. We need to get that to Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get. I need to open Discord. Click on Tommy. There's my Eve. What's she doing? Let's
And
see.
Cornwall, a thesaurus is not a dinosaur.
Very
It's
good.
not a dinosaur.
Okay, what's the essential ingredients? Instead Instead, use the term essential um, nutrients
I'm gonna
for
need to take a quick break. I'll be right back, guys.
supplement. Okay, very good. Get back here. Oop, an empty chair. Let me move that. There we go. Tom Larachi, special sauce. Yeah, like that, special sauce. Exactly. Essential soil nutrients. I think essential is the right word. Essential soil nutrient. That's good. Essential soil nutrient. Nutrients with an S. Sexy soil, says Pisces. Cornwall, how is the dinosaur going to help us? You'd be amazed. Dragonstone, essential, right. It's what he's been saying. He's been saying it all along. We ain't been listening. Well, there you go. Super soil. Super soil is good. Light essential super super soil nutrients. Super. Just throw another word in there. Dino soil. That ain't bad. Dino soil. Yeah, but I'm glad to see you back, Erie. We thought you got lost. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, we were all shut off. It was very strange. Never had that happen before. I once had a thesaurus, but it went extinct, says Dragonstone. He should know. Whiskey finger Erie, right. All right. I
Back.
think, I think she's back.
I'm back. I just had to run real quick.
Bought plants home from the local pond, intending to plant one at a time within 24 hours. The smell was horrendous. Why? They died. They died and rotted, is why. Rondo. Arias says Father Fish is only pissed off because I invented the fruits and nutrients left. You didn't invent it, but you were the first person that ever used it successfully. And that was only by your admission. I never really saw any proof of that, which is to say, I accepted your word for it. A commodity which is in some level of disrepute at the moment. So we might need to reconsider. It's got what plants crave. Oh, that's good. I like that. Got to give all this to Tommy. Let him play with all of it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's got my plants crave. Nice. My goldfish has stopped pooping. What do I do? Well, under normal circumstances, I would say start feeding it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna guess that you are feeding it and that it has got a blockage. If it is still eating, feed it crushed garlic,
Mm-hmm.
fresh crushed garlic, and that will clear any blockage in its gut. Erie says green doesn't look good on me. Green. How would you even know?
Right. You don't have a green shirt on, so
It makes me disappear. What in the world? ZX9R. As I am, soon you shall be, aka dead. What is that?
I don't know. It almost sounds like a movie quote or something. I don't know.
Well, it's a truism, unless it's not. In other words, if it's true, it's a truism. If it's not
Mm-hmm.
true, then it's not true. Otherwise known as gaslighting.
Mm-hmm.
Erie invented waterproof cake. Waterproof tea bags, more like. You're verging there again, Erie. Ashtray for motorbikes. You're preparing to overstep your bounds again. I can see it coming. Erie is who is who is the character always getting in trouble? What was small, not small. Mellow, jello, yellow, mellow, fellow. What's the what's the golem?
Yeah.
Golem, a golem. What
What am
type
I
of
supposing
schooling
Dennis the Menace?
barbed wire? What type of schooling fish would you add to a 5 gallon betta tank other than Corey's? I don't know. Anything tiny. Neons and cardinals are always good. Something small.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinal, color radio. Blah, blah. Around it. What is this? It's from a very funny movie called Idiocracy.
That is a funny one.
And Erie is Dennis the Menace. Yeah, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Dookie. Rosie Barbs. Rosie Barbs are nice. Party Mouse. Do you sell a plant package for around $30 to $40? You can buy probably 5 or 6 plants for 30 to 40 bucks. I don't have a package for that price, but I have a number of plants for sale that are between $5 and $8. And we gotta get you a wrench somehow. What did I do now? Party balance. Jeez. Okay. How do I put a tub of Daphnia in my tanks? A few at a time.
Mhm.
Treat it as food because it's going to all get eaten up. There will be very few that will survive. So you want your tub to be the culture out of which you harvest food
Mhm.
that you put in the tank. Think of it that way. Oh, fix blockage with fresh grated garlic. Generally speaking, President Mountain Dew Comanche, says Corey. Party Mouse, you're very welcome.
Yeah, that's the main character, I think, off of Idiocracy. I saw it a few years ago. I don't really remember it 100% though.
I've never seen it. Well, I'm getting there. I ain't there yet. I'm at 220. I need to get down to 200, and I am struggling to do it.
You'll get there.
Robert Bennett, what are the good and bad results of using a UV light filter?
Hmm.
Well, the good result is you get crystal clear water. The bad result is you kill everything that's living in the water. Now, you may have things in your water that you want dead, like maybe green water, but there are a lot of microfauna, microalgae, and other microscopic creatures living in the water column, including bacteria, that are highly beneficial. So by killing those, you're really crippling the tank from being able to function normally. So you want crystal clear water? That's one way to do it. But you will get crystal clear water simply by allowing the diversity of biology in your tank to thrive and dominate.
Mhm.
Finger bang, UV algae. Yeah, that's kind of the issue. I have used them before. Darn.
Yeah, I've never used a UV filter. I honestly wasn't sure what it is. I've never seen them for sale.
Yeah, there are a lot of them around. UV's been around a long time. UV is one of those tools that was developed before there was any real concern for maintaining a natural tank, and it was
Mhm.
developed primarily for saltwater to be able to control um, parasites and other flagellates, not flatulence, but flagellates, flagellates,
They do sound similar.
flagellates, other waterborne um, irritants like bacteria and
Mm.
algae and parasites and so forth to control them. Um, but it was used in a system in which all of the water goes through that. So you don't have a deep substrate with an RO system. You have a bare bottom, preferably, because you want 100% of the water to go through it in order to keep that water sterile, or as
Mm.
sterile as you can get it under the circumstances. There are obvious negative sides to sterility.
Yeah, definitely.
Erie had a few ciders today. I see a few ciders. I don't think I've ever had a cider. That being a distilled fruit
Hmm.
wine, but that's really not the same as a cider.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be different.
Not that I know the difference, mind you. Yeah, it can help with green water ponds. There are other things that'll clear up green water. I mean, here's the thing: UV is an alternative. It's a techno alternative to what to accomplishing the same thing with natural techniques. You can accomplish everything you're trying to accomplish with RO by using natural techniques.
Hmm.
So, in that sense, it's really a choice. There are those who don't want to do natural techniques because that's not the kind of system that they have set up. One of the primary advocates of that in the past has been reef keepers. However, reef keepers have come to understand that having nutrients in the water column feeds the algae that comprise the food source for the corals that are living inside the coral's body.
Hmm.
A coral is is two it's a plant and an animal that are living in a symbiotic relationship in which the plant is literally living inside the animal and is feeding on the nutrients that the animal sucks in and creating sugars and creating oxygen for the benefit of the coral. So that 90% plus of the food that the coral derives come from the algae. That algae is also the source of the color in the coral. Without that algae, the coral are clear, they have no color. So it's the algae living in the coral that not only give it color, but also provide it with its basic nutrients.
Hmm.
So using an RO system to kill off um, bacteria and other um, micronutrients is counterintuitive to being able to maintain coral. So the
Absolutely.
coral keepers have learned how vital it is to have an active biological web in their aquariums.
Hmm.
Fly just landed. Of course, it's still there. Not
Get it.
I
Hey, did
think
you kill him?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think I saw him scoot off. Knocked him down, but he scooted off. He got away from me.
sounds like you've got the same type that we've got. I don't know what's up with these flies, but they're larger, and when you smack them, they fly off.
Rosa Sharp International. Talking about eggshells are good for calcium. Absolutely right.
Hmm.
Absolutely right. 3 to 8 inch iridescent sharks. That's interesting. They would not be able to absorb it directly, but and they're not going to eat it. So you need to be feeding them I'll tell you what you can develop a culture of blackworm and then feed calcium to the blackworm, and that will provide a loaded a calcium loaded blackworm to the sharks. They certainly need calcium to grow. They're going to get it from pretty much whatever you're feeding them, which could include plants. I mean, plants contain calcium. ZX9R says, I use RO because my tap water is deadly to fish.
Mhm.
That's weird. Somebody called me yesterday and said their tap water in Ohio coming out of their tap from a municipal water supply is 4.0. And I have a hard time believing that. So I asked them to call the water supply company and inquire as to that 4.0 pH. I asked them also to call me back to apprise me of what they learned. So I hope they do. It just seems rather odd that a
Yeah, it
municipal
does.
water supply would have a pH that low. I mean, 4.0 is reaching the level where it's impossible to maintain in a natural environment. You can
Mhm.
maintain 5.0, much below 5, and you can't even get there um, naturally. You can get there synthetically, but not naturally. So
Yeah, I've never seen that
we have
occur.
a Tennessee call. Father Fish.
Hello?
Hello,
Who's this?
this is Father Fish. Who's this?
All right. This is Clifford Renfro.
Hello, Clifford. You were on
Yes,
you were on live with Father Fish and
I
Dina.
was.
Pardon?
Here's my.
You are now
All right.
with thousands listening in.
Well,
So
I just placed an order
okay.
and I need to cancel it because I just got to decide how I'm going to set this tank up.
Oh,
I got to get more information
okay.
and I'm doing my studying. I will most likely go with you guys on the dirt and the sand. But I just
Okay.
want to make
So
sure I got a new tank.
what did you order?
I ordered a 55-gallon start tank, which has dirt and some plants.
Right. Oh, and plants. Okay. Well, I can cancel that. Hold on, let me look. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, do that. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it. I just need to do a little more research. I kind of got in a hurry, but I love Father Fish the way he presents things, and I trust him. And I just want to get more information if that's the kind of fish and how I
Yeah,
want to set it up.
tell me do you know your order number?
No, I couldn't see it yet. It's Sunday here, and I couldn't find it.
What is your name again?
And Clifford Renfro. I give you my email, so I think you got it.
Yeah, the order would be listed in the name Clifford, F-O-R-D, R-E-N-F-R-O,
Yes.
9622. There it is. You just put that order in minutes ago.
I know. But I want to
Okay.
do a little more. I just want to do a little more research on how I'm going to set my tank up. I may set up more than one. But I want to
Well,
try the dirt. I want to try the dirt and sand deal. I've never done that before, but I want to
okay.
get some more information on it first.
Okay. Let me get it open here.
He ordered the complete supplement, right? The
He
55
ordered
gallon.
the, he ordered the complete supplements, but he also ordered plants.
Yes.
And it's complicated for me. I could take now if you want, I can take the plants off and keep the substrate. Oh, he ordered a complete substrate for 10 gallon. You're going to need more than that anyway. All right, let me just cancel the order. That'll
Yeah,
be that'll be
work.
simpler. Okay, done, done and done.
Okay.
All right,
All right. Do me a favor.
sure.
Don't tell Father Fish I ain't gonna go with him. I just gotta get more information so I know. Because I'll probably get more than one tank. I'm trying to set up cichlids, and I just gotta wait until I decide. So I will, if I do anything at all, I will be doing it with you guys.
All righty. I'll
Thank
let
you.
I'll let Father Fish know.
Thank you.
He is everywhere.
Will you send me an email? Let me know you canceled.
Uh, yeah, you'll get notification.
So you have cduver@yahoo.com.
I don't know. I canceled your order.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet.
Thanks.
Sorry. That was
He'll
good though.
never know. He'll never know. He'll never know. Uh, Em- Adam, if Father Fish stops by, give him a kiss for us. I'll take that. Yeah, what else? Tank Fairy. Acid rain. Fluoride would dissolve the pipes. Yeah, it would actually. Would be an EPA violation. Oh, that's excellent, Bob. Thank you for that. All right. I don't think he does, ZX. I don't think he knew. No, it was not a prank call. Sounded like a prank call. It was not a eerie. Dragonstone. That was funny, wasn't it? Mary
Yeah, it
Kay.
was.
You never know. I mean, it could have been something really wonderful instead of something really ridiculous. All right. Is anything else in this world going on? What time is it? Lord, it's 7:45. What time did we start? 6 o'clock.
Um,
We've been at this for an hour and Lord, we've been at this for 2 hours. We
we
started.
really did seem like
We
it.
started quarter. I know. How did that even happen?
That's funny.
It's weird
Time flies.
when you're goofing off. Lush and
Right?
salty is there. Hey, Lush and salty. Happy to see you. Just got back from Aquashella in Chicago. You'd think I'd be sick of fish for the day. But now with you two making the stream. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it is.
Nice to see you. Lush and salty it's got a one is relatively new, probably 6 months, but he's really kicking it. Um, a lot of good ideas, a real hard hitting approach. Doesn't take any prisoners, and is just knocking it. It's got good site, good videos, absolutely worth your support. If you haven't checked them out, by all means do so. Lush and salty. I've been on his side pretty much since his second video. He had to do one first, and that one was good enough for me. Well, let's see. Nathan Brown, bless this community. I'm in my late 20s, don't have a lot of friends, but coming here really feels like I'm sitting chatting with some close friends. Much love, everyone. Amen to that.
Mhm.
Amen to that. I have a young man I'm uh, working with who has no friends, and I got him in watching videos, and I got him in the shoal, and he is building friendships. It's
Good.
wonderful to see. Nice to see. You know, online friendships are kind of unique.
Mhm.
They leave a lot to be desired, but when there's little else, they do fill a very needful gap. I've experienced that more than once in my lifetime, particularly with people who you will never otherwise have even the possibility of meeting. And there's so many like that. So many people I feel close to
Mhm.
who I will never meet, never see, never hear their voice even. Although we need to fix that. I mean, we do have,
Right.
we can fix that.
Mhm.
Corey caught a very nice snakehead. I need to do that. I want to get some little ones. The snakehead, he's in Maryland. This snakehead in Maryland is a very invasive species. There are countless snakeheads. It's a very large family of fish, and most of them are under 6 inches long. There are only a few that get really big, but the lack of ability to scientifically delineate one snakehead from another by state biologists has
Mhm.
caused a situation where 2 inch fish are banned as dangerous to the population. Never mind they're tropicals and can't live in water below 60 degrees.
Right.
It's like the piranha is banned in the state of Maine because it could get into the water column. What it would do precisely in the water column is,
Mhm.
is a great unknown. Nevertheless, the rationale is is justification for penalties, fines, and imprisonment should one violate such codes. The level of insanity exceeds
Definitely.
it exceeds it exceeds human nature.
Yeah, it does.
It exceeds human nature. It is anti human nature. So many
Mhm.
of our laws are a violation of the very rights guaranteed to us by our Constitution. So many of them are.
Mhm.
And yet we live in a culture in which there is a great willingness to be enslaved by authority that somehow allows those in their enslavement to feel safe.
Mhm.
Sad.
It really is sad.
Sad in that they have no awareness at all
Mhm.
how, how worthless they are viewed by their masters,
Yeah,
who would as easily see them rotting in a grave
that's
as,
the truth.
as working in a mill.
Mhm.
I was listening to a young woman from North Korea say that all socialism is evil and corrupt and anti-human. And it all begins with the promise of equality of outcome. Everyone shall be equal. No one shall have more than anyone else. And what it creates is a two-class caste system in which those in authority have everything and those who are not have nothing.
Yeah, it does.
That is the nature of socialism. That is how it is practiced. That is how it functions. That, given the evil that lurks in the human soul,
Hmm.
is what causes it to become itself evil. We have a society which we are losing daily, which guarantees rights to individuals, not minorities and not majorities, but individuals. That is unique in human history for individuals to have absolute rights under the law. That guarantees that neither the majority nor a powerful minority will be able to break down individuals for their own nefarious ends. We are losing daily any sense of the importance and the value of that politic, that polity, that form
Hmm.
of government. It is a great, great tragedy. So, what are we doing about it here? What is Father Fish doing about it here? We're teaching the absolute vital importance of nature, of nature, because nature is the source of all law. Natural law is the foundation of reality, not human contrivance, but reality. And a natural tank, a natural environment in which everything thrives and hides. They're all
They'll
hiding.
definitely do that.
That funny.
They're camera shy.
Every time I look in this tank, I see new growth from the very plants that I put in here about 6 weeks ago, and they're definitely coming up. Let me get rid of that algae down there so we can see it. Just amazing. I keep adding fish to this, and they're in the. I can see them. I can see them in the bag. I've got some more to add. I've got about 20 more picked out to add. They're all watching me. So I got into these tanks yesterday, playing about some. I found the scarlet batis. Um, I saw two or three of them. They were hollow bellied. Well, not hollow bellied, but obviously had not been eating much. So we put some mud in there, some microfauna, and I need to beef it up again. But we've got them in there. The problem is the tanks are deep in tannins, which is perfect for them. I need to keep the food web up. I tend to let it go down, and that's I'm not losing any fish. I don't think. I'm amazed how many are still in there, and every once in a while I'll see something that was obviously born in there. I saw some little tiny pygmy cories yesterday. That was kind of exciting in those two tanks. I've got another one over there. That one in the corner
Mhm.
has a school of platies in it. I need to get something else going on in there. Haven't figured out what yet. And then this tank is cracked. I need to repair it and get it set up.
Yeah.
And that's the tank that crashed. Now, there's one fish left in there. There's also a shrimp left in there. Those two survived the chaos. I got all the gunk out, and it's coming back. It's clearing up. The snails survived. There are a lot of snails in there. So I did not break it down. I simply got rid of everything that was dead and everything that was rotten, kind of cleaned it out without digging into the substrate. I did not dig into the substrate at all. And it's about 75% clear. It's still a little bit cloudy. So I'm going to clear it up and then I'll get some more fish and figure out what happened. I don't know why the initial ones died. They may have been stressed by the time I put them in there. That's certainly possible. But we need to try it again. And then I'm going to pick up a pair of Perculas, a pair of clowns, and put them in there. I had a pair, and I had a crab in there, and he grabbed and killed one. The other one lived until this last debacle. There goes the shrimp. I can see him. I don't know if you can see him. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff I need to video
Yeah, it is.
as it's happening, so that you can, because it happens. Everybody has catastrophes. It
Yeah, they
happens.
do.
So, and it's really important to a pack of paradise fish is vicious as piranhas. No lie, they absolutely are. I had a customer once. He's an unusual guy. Somewhere around here, I've got a couple of his books. He wrote a series of books on tortoises, big, thick manuals on tortoises. I haven't seen them. I don't know where they are. Somewhere. Um, anyway, he was kind of a crackpot in a lot of ways. He insisted that I take his population is of paradise fish. I told him I really didn't want them
Mhm.
because you have to keep them by themselves, and he wanted me to take 100 of them. And I said, I really don't want them. I can't do anything with them. I can't even sell them to anybody because they're so disruptive.
Mhm.
So he comes in one day with with two big buckets full of paradise fish that he insists I take. And I threw his simple ass out.
I don't blame you.
I did. I said, I told you I don't want these. I don't
Mhm.
want them because I can't do a thing with them. They're not my problem. They're your problem. You deal with it. Get
Mhm.
them out of here. No, you have to take them. I brought them in here for you. They're yours. So I literally threw them out. Told them, I don't want you back here. Just get out and stay out. I did
I don't
that.
blame you.
I did that twice, and in both cases, it was with old men. It wasn't with smart ass kids. I mean, I threw one or two smart ass kids out who came back begging to be forgiven.
Mhm.
They did. One of them broke my heart. I'll tell you the story of that someday. I've never told that story. It still hurts horribly. Anyway, two old men. I threw two old men out. That was one. The other one was a man who was just a permanent crank. He would come in, look around. Well, they don't look good. God, that's overpriced. That's a lot of money. I can get those for half that. Huh, that tank looks really dirty to me. Are those fish sick? I mean, every word out of his mouth was critical, negative critical, not even helpful critical. And I would respond to it. And he came, by the third time he came in with that identical attitude, I said to him, look, I don't want you to come back. You don't like it here. You're not, you don't like anything I have. I really don't want to hear your criticism anymore. Just go away and don't come back. He said, what do you mean? I said, you heard me. I
Mhm.
don't like your attitude. You're negative about everything. You have nothing good to say about anything. And I'm tired of it. You've been in here 3 times. It's the same thing every time. I don't want, and you
Mhm.
don't buy anything. Obviously, you won't because you don't like anything in here. So get out and stay out. Well, he did. And of course, I never saw him again. Actually, there was a third. And the third one was very sad. The third one was a man who made, among other things, this.
Oh, that's interesting. That that's interesting. It's a neat sculpture.
Isn't that clever?
Hmm.
And he made a lot of things like that. And he would bring them in and just give them to me. I've got some other stuff is around here somewhere. Well, I had a young woman working for me who was kind of sensitive. And he came in drunk one day and just chewed her ass up one side and down the other, just being really mean to her. Had her
Huh.
in tears, absolute tears. And I went off on him. I said, don't you dare come in here drunk again and go off on my staff like that. It's just not right. Well, he left and I never saw him again. And he was coming in all the time. And it was kind of sad because they really enjoyed him and enjoyed what he was doing. And he would make a little money because every once in a while I would sell something and give him the money for it.
Mhm.
So it's weird. So weird. So that was the third one, actually. There were one or two other old men. There was another one. I had pathos growing. Not a. I have a picture of it somewhere. I don't know if I could even find it. I had a rack of tanks with pathos growing. It was like 12 tanks wide, 12 feet, 13 feet, 14 feet. It was 10 tanks, 12 feet wide, with pathos growing thick on top of it, that like 2 feet thick, the whole thing, completely filling it. Stunning. And of course, it was the roots were filling the tanks. Well, he wanted to volunteer, so I said, "Go clean the tanks, scrub the algae off the tanks." I go back an hour later. He's pulled all of the pothos out and thrown it in the trash can,
Mm-mm.
and I went off on it.
I don't blame you. Somebody
And
messes with my pothos, they will see me turn into Psycho Plant Lady. So,
great. And he left. That was it. He was done. Oh, there was another thing too. He did. I had him cleaning the acrylic tanks, and I said, use a credit card. Never use a razor blade because it creates micro scratches on the and eventually will make the plexiglass cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was very clear about that. So he comes in and said, "Well, I finally got the algae off there. And I did it. I did it with a razor blade because that's what works best." I didn't touch the man. Didn't touch the man, but I was absolutely irate. I
Oh my.
showed him the micro scratches and I kicked him out.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into him half a dozen times after that at fish club meetings. You'd think I was his best friend. And he somehow never took it personally, which was a blessing, I guess. I'm not sure I could have done as well as
Mm-hmm.
he did. All right, there are those stories. What else? Are bettas snakeheads? No, Bob. Bettas are not snakeheads. Any tips for catching copepods? Turkey baster is difficult. Um, yeah, use a net, a fine mesh net, a big one, 8, 9 inch net, not a little tiny one, a big one, and then scoop a whole bunch of grass and whatever you got in there. Scoop the whole thing out, and then you can separate out the copepods with the fine mesh net. Will stay in the net. You need a fine mesh net. I bought a bunch of those nets. I need to put them up for sale so that the people who can't find them otherwise can get one. Everyone should have one of these nets because it's really the only way to catch a fish in a tank without
Mm-hmm.
chasing it around and tearing everything up. With a big net, you go slow. You put it down in back of the fish. You bring the net forward. It gets trapped against the glass. You tap the glass. It'll go back into the net. You lift it up. Very simple. You never mess up a plant. You don't mess up the tank. It works perfectly well. Very effective. All right. Oh, Lord. Louis Galgenti having a hard time getting shrimp going. Temperature is not an issue. They don't mind being cold. It is vital to keep them separate from all fish, from anything else, because anything else will eat their babies, and you won't get a growing population. They need algae. They need plants. They need a dirted substrate. They need to be in a natural aquarium, and you can feed them a fine powdered food. Spirulina is good. You can feed them also blanched vegetables, anything like that. And just take your time. It's going to take a month or two to get that first litter. It'll take another month or two to get them big enough to see them. So it's going to be 2 to 4 months before you will really see the results. Just be patient. Make sure there's nothing in there that can eat them. Keep the water clean. Don't let it get foul. Do not overfeed. When you do feed, the best thing to feed is um, uh, vegetables. You can blanch them small amounts. That it's a perfect food for them. And I've got finally got a population one of my plant vets that's taking off. So I'm excited.
That's awesome.
My fish are so friendly I can scoop them up with a cup. I believe that. All right. What else is doing here? Are we done? Down to 4 seconds. Gotta go feed the raccoons. There's a demanding little butter.
Right.
Okay, today is the last day for the $49 stem plant special. So if you want that at this price, you
Mhm.
need to get it today. The sale ends at midnight tonight or thereabouts. Whenever I get to it to turn it off. Um, so the last day, get your order in right now before you forget it. If you have not ordered yet and you think you want to, go ahead and do it. You can't beat the deal anywhere. I guarantee safe arrival that you'll get healthy plants. Thank you, Finger Man. What else? Jenny, thank you. White clouds swim by themselves into the net. Yeah, they do, don't they? Getting
Yeah, so
cold
the
and
guppies.
really. Oh, we're way over here. We're 10
Oh
minutes.
yeah, we are.
Yeah. Time has just flown by, hasn't it?
It really has. It's strange tonight.
Yeah. All right, we're good. Let me do a song here. We'll go off. We'll go off with a tune. How about this one?
Okay, that'll work.
Deep in the water where the fish roam free, we're building a food web, a tiny world to see. Leaf litter from nature, providing a home. From microvore and microfauna, no longer alone. We collect the leaves, the water and the creatures in ponds, rivers and streams. Our ecosystem features, creating a balance in this underwater land. With every piece connected, our food web will expand. Creating a balance in this underwater land. With every piece connected, our food web will expand. Building the food web in our aquarium today, feeding our ecosystem in the most natural way. Leaf litter provides the perfect home for all, a thriving underwater world standing proud and tall. Microscopic life hiding and thriving beneath the surface of the water, a delicate motif. As we watch them flourish in a tiny space, we see the importance of maintaining a place. We care for our aquarium with love and dedication, knowing that every element plays a vital relation. From the smallest to the largest, every creature has a role. Together they create our harmonious home. Building the food web in our aquarium today, feeding our ecosystem in the most natural way. Leaf litter provides the perfect home for all, a thriving underwater world standing proud and tall. Today, feeding our ecosystem in the most natural way. Leaf litter provides the perfect home for all, a thriving underwater world standing proud and tall. Building a food web in our aquarium today, feeding our ecosystem in the most natural way. Leaf litter provides the perfect home for all, a thriving underwater world standing proud and tall.
Yeah! Good night, all.
Good